Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of DSP Reacts to From Vindictive to Manipulative, Keemstar's Story, the Daniel Keem documentary by June the King. If you have not seen part 1 yet, you missed a lot. You missed the context of me watching this and basically the very early years of Keemstar's history. We're now heading into, I guess he went onto a new website called BattleCam, and that's where this picks up. Now, at the end of the last part, we were terrified because someone said, this is the part of Keemstar's history where he constantly used racial words that were very, very bad. Should not have used. Okay? And we were talking about, should I even watch it? Right? Well, thankfully, one of our viewers here says that it's censored. That June was smart enough to know that you don't get in any trouble, so he censored it. So I think we're in the clear then. Okay? So we're just going to continue now. By the way, if you didn't see part 1, you missed a lot. You got to watch part 1 first. It makes more sense to do that. So I hope you will. Thank you to everyone who supported so far. A lot of support on today's stream. I appreciate that. This is the only stream I'm doing today. So, any support is greatly appreciated because there is no second stream tonight. This is going to take a long time to get through. And I'm thankful of all of you for chilling with me here live. If you're watching this on demand on YouTube, so many things can help. Liking the video, leaving comments on the video, a super thanks on the video. You can leave the description of the video, leave a tip. All that helps, and thank you, okay? All right, without further ado, let us continue.
Won the audience's favor was voted up by them, while the loser was voted down and had to regain their position in the roster by, frankly, performing better, with the ultimate objective to appear at the top of the website and defend your position. But Keemstar had a very, very large advantage. And that was, he was already established.
Right.
So what he did to dominate the website was begin streaming on BattleCam, something anyone can do, but he was also streaming on Blog TV at the same time, and had his audience on Blog TV go to BattleCam and continually vote him up. So whenever Keemstar pleased, he could be at the top of this website. Though this could be seen as an unfair advantage, and even grounds for termination on BattleCam for some, for the owner of the website, eccentric billionaire Alki David, it was just some extra promotion. So him and Keemstar became friends very quickly, solidified by Keemstar's new moderator status on BattleCam. And with this power...
What the fuck were they looking at? Why are they watching some woman going, oh, stroking her hand? What is that? What the fuck is that? BattleCam, exciting gameplay and all kinds of fun commentary. Oh, my hand itches. Oh, what the fuck? What are we watching? Jesus.
One could liberally put channels on a lower position or put them in the front of the line, which is known as starting someone. So one night, Keemstar hopped on BattleCam and was started, so he appeared in the front of the line, which made him seem like he was abusing his mod powers. But he quickly deduced who was starting him by the chat members flinging various Italian-based racial slurs towards him.
Wow.
These messages also included the name of another moderator known as Alex. If it isn't obvious already, this led to arguably the most infamous clip on Keemstar on the internet. Because while frustrated, he went on Blog TV to prove he wasn't abusing his moderator powers by showing he wasn't touching the keyboard and putting his hands up. And also called Alex that one racial slur that trumps all others, while also encouraging his viewers to repeat it in the chat.
Wow.
I'm okay. Fuck this, I'm on Blog TV with my fucking hands up. I'm not starting my fucking self. You fucking stupid bitch. This stupid fucking justice, all fucking righteous fucking Alex is doing this shit. You fucking... I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna find out. Yo, everybody type in the chat, Alex is a stupid... Alex is a stupid... Fuck him.
Wow.
At first, this clip was well received as an effective attack on Alex. But as the internet changed, so did the people's perspectives on it. But that's not until much later. Fuck the Fans was an equally controversial clip making its rounds through 2010 YouTube that also shined a not so favorable light on Keemstar.
I think it's funny. I've been laughing for the last hour that your mom died of cancer.
Wow.
I don't give a fuck about any of you. I am in this for your money and your money only. That's all I care about. All right? I only do this show for money. That's it. All right? I don't do it to entertain people. That's just a fucking scam. I don't give a fuck about any of you. I really hope you die of cancer. I hate.
Uh, 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 do we just stop watching now? Like, literally, this was what, 2009? I think we're still 2009, correct? It could be 2010. We're in 2009, 2010. He literally admits this to his audience. This is public. This is documented. At this moment, this is it. This is the end. This is called, we're done. You turn him off. Why on earth, for a moment, would you ever believe this man ever did anything again in his life that he felt was productive or positive? He's literally admitting you are all being scammed by me for money. Everything moving forward after that is that. Do you not understand that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that there was actually going to be a moment like this early. I thought maybe there'd be something later. I had no idea this early in his history, he just outright said this. Like, that's it. Any normal, logical person would watch that. And even if you're a fan, an adamant fan of his, right? And he says that, you know what I'm saying? I'm spitting in your face. I hate you and your family. I don't care about you. I hope your mother dies of cancer. I'm scamming you. Immediately, his viewership should have dropped to like 2 idiots who are just like not paying attention. And no one should have ever checked him out ever again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so here we are in 2022. The guy is incredibly prominent, has a crazy popular show on YouTube, Drama Alert. Right, he doesn't do this anymore. This is long past, and we'll see the history of how he evolved over time. But literally, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom. Anything that comes after this is, I would actually deem insignificant. Like, anything else that comes after this that he did that was bad or heinous, okay, well, we kind of figured that was going to happen because he said this. You understand? So, I don't get this. Is it just that people don't know about this? People don't know that he was like this and he admitted this. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because he wiped his kind of, now his reputation is a little different. Now he's the drama guy on YouTube. You don't know that he did all this shit in Halo and other games. So maybe to him, it's different. But people who know his history and watch this would be like, dude, are you serious? You know what I mean? Like, to me, I shake my head. To me, I want to make this clear to all of you. I know many of you watching this probably are not fans of mine. Okay? And some of you are. Okay? The reason that I do this absolutely is because it's my job. I make money doing this. I literally just got a tip that I'm going to shout out on stream. I'm wearing a cowboy hat and a vest. I look like a buffoon because it's a way to make money. It's my life. It's my job. Okay? I do take pride in what I do. And I do it because, number one, I feel like I'm doing some kind of content for you all that's meaningful to you. But I do it because I love it. And I do it because you guys tell me how much it means to you. That's why. If ever one day I sat down in this chair and I turned on this stream and the vast majority of my viewership said to me, we hate you, we don't like what you're making, you know what I mean? We're not going to support it. This is trash. I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's meaningful to me that people tell me that the kind of content I make helps them in some way. And then, because it helps you, you guys help me, and you allow me to make a living doing what I have passion for, right? Right. So it kind of goes hand in hand. I understand that. Like here, he has a following. He's literally hating his following. I hate you all. You mean nothing to me. All you are a paycheck. I don't like doing this. I only do it to exploit all of you. How did he continue? You know what I'm saying? Like, at this moment, this should have been the end of everything. This should have literally been the end of his existence on the internet. He should have been wiped because he said this and everyone's like, okay, that's it. Why are we going to ever watch this guy ever again? Why would we throw him $1? Why would we pay attention to him? He's a scumbag. Let him go flip burgers because probably his call center job doesn't want him anymore after all the shit he's now done on the internet, right? So this blows my mind, all right, for multiple reasons. One of the reasons is that we know now he's insanely popular. This guy's rich, famous, popular on the internet after having done this. That's number one. That's what blows my mind. Number two, there's the other thing that blows my mind. I get tons of hate. Wings of Redemption gets tons of hate. Other people get tons of hate. I would argue more than him. Do we ever say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about them. I personally know I would never say something like that because it's not, first of all, it's just not true. You know, that's fucked up beyond belief. You know what I mean? Like, why would we be the ire of the internet when you have the guy who literally said, I hate you all. I'm here to rob you. Too bad you can't stop me. You know what I'm saying? I'm lost. How does this world work that people like him who've done things like this get to be successful, but other people who legitimately struggle and are working hard and just want to make a living, you know what I mean? They're the ones who have to suffer. This guy is the one. I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about people in general. People out there who are struggling out there in life. Don't you think they deserve something more than this guy? And this is the guy who's fucking rich and famous, right? The other thing is, obviously, there's absolutely zero empathy, sympathy. He's obviously never gone through anything challenging in his life. Because if he did, he would never say something like this. If you know someone who's passed away from cancer or another debilitating disease and you've seen them fall apart, you've seen that person who you loved degrade over the years and not be themselves anymore. They're a shell of themselves. I'm sorry, because I have loved ones who passed away like that. And you see them fall apart because of an illness. And then to say to someone, I don't care, I hope your family member dies of cancer. This guy is lower than low, even if it's a joke. But the point I'm making is he doesn't have that life experience to understand what he's saying here is so bad. You know what I mean? Like, I again, maybe I'm wrong, because maybe there just are people on Earth who have absolutely no moral compass inside. They don't feel bad about anything. They're called sociopaths, right? They will just do whatever, and they never feel remorse. They never feel any kind of feeling of pain or whatever, correct? So maybe that's him. Maybe Keemstar is a person with zero remorse for anything. He has no feeling of anything. But, like, as someone who's kind of been there, you know what I'm saying? I would never, even my most hated enemy on the planet, I would never wish on them that family members would be dying of cancer. Like, that's one of the most fucked up things, right? 938 says, you told people to go die in a fire. My sister did die in a fire. Should I start crying on camera? Yes. And you should call me out for saying what I said was heinous. I said it once ever. It was actually in a video comment. I don't remember what the video was. It was someone who was being very nasty to me on the internet. And I actually remember doing that. I was drunk. That's not an excuse. I was a very drunk, angry person back in my past as a content creator. And I lashed out on the guy in the comments. I said, die in a fire. I never should have done that. It was completely heinous. It was fucked up. Yes, you have the right to call me out for that. Absolutely. I'm not above criticism, nor am I above reproach. I am a human who's flawed. But the point is, that was one comment on a random video of someone who was saying negative things about me. And it was one specific directed action towards someone that was a mistake. This is him literally admitting to his entire viewing audience that he is scamming them and doesn't appreciate them, doesn't care, just wants their money. There is a ginormous difference between the two. And if you don't get it, I can't help you. Okay? But holy shit, I can't believe this guy continued to be successful after this. But again, we have a fucked up world where we have a lot of people out there who are rich and famous, who are really fucked up people and step on everyone to get where they are. I guess we're going to find out what continued to happen. Okay? What's up, Derek? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Good. He's going to watch it in the background. Sounds good. And by the way, there was a contribution that came in here. So this person, they didn't say, just so you guys know, with this new tip system, you have to say your name in your message or I don't know what to call you. So I'm just going to say an anonymous $11 tip. It says, Phil, don't ever apologize for being funny. We failed massively as a society by letting petulant and whiny liberals language police the rest of the world into their miserable, short-sighted worldview. Your old content is still hilarious and entertaining as a person of color. I was actually never offended by anything that you ever say. Now, listen, I appreciate you saying that. I do. But at the same time, in life, you can't just be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And for me to sit here and complain that society changed and I didn't would be pretty stupid when I'm someone who makes content for society. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. I will apologize in a modern context for things I've done in the past and say, I acknowledge now that they were wrong because now they're harmful. As I literally just said back then, those things were actually not deemed as harmful. I mean it too. Like, you could say this stuff on the internet and no one would bat an eye. It'd be funny. Oh, that's risque. That's funny, right? It's different now, okay? So that's why today, I'm never going to make that kind of content. I'm not going to do anything actively to try to offend anyone. I don't want to. I want to make fun, positive, constructive content for all of you. I don't want to be someone who's negative and hurting people all around me. I told you that's the opposite of what I would want to do as a content creator, all right? So there you go. Okay. You guys ready? Let's continue.
Every single one of you. Fuck the fans.
Wow.
No sarcasm. No joking. Fuck the fans.
What the fuck?
Thank you. I see there's a lot of debate. You know, is he joking? Is he being sarcastic or whatever? Of course I'm joking.
What?
You know what I mean? Like, cancer is a horrible thing.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? It literally took him like 2 minutes of people yelling at him in his own stream chat where he became an incredible puss. He went from super boner to Mr. Wet Noodle. Holy puss. He's going to sit there. Oh no, this is all serious. Of course this is a joke. What the fuck? That is ridiculous. So that's how he got out of it. Because immediately when he saw people immediately giving him backlash for it, he pussed out and did a 180. What the fuck? Wow. Why do I get the feeling we're going to see a running pattern in this React event? Ooh, all right. Cue Cyndi Lauper coming out singing True Colors. Right now. Superimpose that on the screen. Those of you who are illegally restreaming my content right now, do it. Put Cyndi Lauper. I don't have that skill. Derek, this is not old YouTube. This is, what website did this is? It was Blog TV, which I've never heard of. I don't know what this was. I never used it. So I think it was a way to stream before like Twitch was prominent. Before they were Twitch, I think they were Justin TV. So. Okay, let's continue.
It's not horrible enough. What I really mean is I hope you get cancer and I hope you fucking live the last fucking month of your life every single day gasping for a breath
What
of
the
air
fuck?
and living with the worst, horrible fucking pain of your life. For the last fucking time. Fuck the fans!
There are a few things that make Keemstar's frustration a bit more understandable in this situation. With the popularity of Keemstar's trolling content, as seen by the over 600 concurrent viewers on his livestream, fans would join his game and effectively ruin his trolling as they were in on the joke.
Wow.
Keemstar also later states that this was a character called Evil Keemstar.
Oh,
where
yeah.
he talks down to the fans, who he states were in on the joke.
Okay, okay, hold on. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, over the years I've said that back in the day I had a shtick. It's true. The running shtick of old Darkside Phil was I was supposed to be the Joe Average gamer. I didn't know, I didn't have come into games with any preconceived notions of how to play them. I wasn't good at them. So when you watch me play a game, the whole point is that it's like you're sitting next to a friend or a brother on a couch watching them play. But my point was to fill the airtime with commentary that was supposed to be entertaining. Some games, it just writes itself. Other games, not so much. What I found is certain games I had to fill the air with commentary that was over the top. Sexualized content, general racial comedy, ridiculous jokes that were just, you know, whatever was risque, whatever could be pushing the boundaries, okay? That's what I did back in the day. That was the dark side Phil of my first many years. Over the years, I changed for the better. You know, I would say it first started when I started doing direct capture live streaming in 2013. That evolved again dramatically in 2017 when I became a full-time live streamer that's all about the interactivity. All right? Yes, that was my shtick. But am I going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, so that means that everything I said didn't matter because it was a character? No. I still said the stuff. You know, it's documented. You know what I mean? Like, basically what he's saying is, oh, that was evil Keemstar, so it wasn't real. No, it was. You said it. You thought it up in your head, and you said it to your audience. It still has meaning. It may not be representative of what you really think, but you actively thought about it, and said it. You didn't preface it by saying, by the way, guys, for the next half hour, I'm just going to literally say the most mean things as a joke, and then we'll go back to being normal. You just did it. You know what I mean? So it still sticks and it still matters what you said. That would be like me saying, oh, so, just because it was a running shtick back then, none of my commentary means anything. Don't believe it or whatever. No, I mean, I thought all those jokes up. Some people found them offensive. I still said them. You know what I mean? So basically, he's trying to, like, erase everything and be like, oh, just because it wasn't serious, it's okay. No, it's still not okay. You know what I mean? Snow Carl to me $1 and says, do I not in some way admire Keemstar? Oh, by the way, I forgot to play a $10 tip animation for the $11 11-cent tip, didn't I? My fault. I'm going to do that right now. But, let me do that right now because I feel bad that I didn't do that. So thank you to the person who didn't say their name. I said it was like anonymous because they didn't give me a name. Thank you for that $10 tip earlier. Here you go. I love this. So Snowcrawl to the $1. He says, do you not in some way admire Keemstar considering he's brave enough to be honest about thinking his fans are dumb and he hates them? A lot of streamers pretend to love their audience while holding them in contempt. First of all, how would you know that? How would you even know that? Are you in the mind of these people? Like, that's kind of a weird question, right? I don't think that anyone's qualified to say something like that because you don't know the mind of a streamer. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weird. I mean, for me, I've always told you guys honesty is the best policy as long as honesty is something that is warranted. And what I mean by that is sometimes being too honest can be harmful. If I tell you everything about my private life and personal stuff, that's going to be harmful to me and my family. I'm not going to do that, you see? But do I respect him for doing that? No. That is heinous. That is absolutely heinous what he's done and said. Regardless if it was fake or not, it's still heinous. It's fucked up. And I don't believe for a minute that that was a character. I believe that that was his true feelings coming through. And he listened to the passion as he's doing it. He's relieved to get that feeling off his chest, right? And then immediately he has to go back to the character. Oh, no, yeah. And then, oh, no, that's evil Keemstar. Oh, no. He's bouncing back and forth, I agree with you, Derek. I like June the King's narrative voice. I enjoy it. Okay, here we go.
Most likely a farce. As he still says in the clip, no joking, no sarcasm, fuck the fans.
Right.
This theory is reinforced by a lesser-known follow-up clip where Keemstar addresses his outburst.
Just sit in front of this computer. But I do spend a lot of time on this show, and it's ruined. So, I'm really sorry I said all that shit, but I almost mean it. I almost wish that you can... That's it.
So why would Keemstar be sorry if the viewers knew he was joking? He seemingly also made a channel 2 days later called Fuck the Fans, serving the purpose of opening fan mail. So whether you believe it was an annoyed Keemstar improperly remembering this event, or that he was actually playing a character and did not mean the things that he said is up to you.
No.
The point of focusing on a rant with seemingly little significance is that it'll later be mentioned in the video. And this also highlights another difficulty in continuing his traditional trolling content. Not only were his fans session joining his game and ruining his content while he was getting his Xbox accounts perpetually banned, his YouTube channels were also under attack. It was time for a change. If he wanted to continue to succeed, he needed something else. Something bigger. And that opportunity came with the pre-release of a small indie game known as Minecraft. Before Minecraft sparked a change of Let's Play culture and effectively launched hundreds of YouTubers' careers, it was a PC-exclusive game where those with consoles as their primary gaming system could only hope to have it available to them one day, and had to experience it through exponentially increasing videos covering it on YouTube. And with any given format, genre, or artist success, there will always be clones to fill in the demands where the original failed too. An example of this was Fortresscraft, a Minecraft-esque game in development that was to be released on Xbox 360. But what it lacked was promotion, which is where Keemstar came in. He knew that there was a demand that needed to be met, and that he could act as the propelling marketing force to sell this game, to which he contacted the developers and offered to promote their game for ownership of half of their company, which the developers declined. That's when Keemstar offered them a 24-hour period of promotion to show the effectiveness of his influence and uploaded a Fortresscraft trailer on his Halo A-Holes channel that got a little over 72,000 views in a week's time. And through his Twitter, he was able to get other gaming platforms to cover it as well. The developer was so impressed at Keemstar's performance, he offered him 30% of Fortresscraft for continued promotion, which
30%?
Keemstar agreed to.
Notch took another game and ripped it off and made Minecraft. Talk shit about my fucking game, Fortresscraft, saying that's a ripoff and that Fortresscraft could go suck a fucking dick.
The end result was Fortresscraft selling an estimated 2 million copies.
Whoa.
So it's safe to say that Keemstar made over $1 million from this deal. This was money that he needed desperately after a massive drop in revenue because he was unable to continue his trolling content. The problem was that Microsoft pays quarterly, which meant that he was anticipating a check in June while in March. So in 2 months, this got all the more serious when the developer of Fortresscraft failed to fill out the paperwork in time, which meant that Keemstar's life-changing money was delayed by another couple months.
Wow.
But Keemstar still kept active and found other ventures to keep him busy in the meantime. That's where Alki David and the Billionaires Challenge comes in. What was announced to be pay-per-view event that pitted several Call of Duty YouTubers against each other to raise money for charity. An event that was helped put together by Keemstar that started in mid-2011, which at its peak got an alleged 100,000 concurrent viewers. The high turnout does not translate to the event being a complete success, as the technical quality and the general organization left a general air of awkwardness throughout the production, which as you'd expect for a first-time production like this. But the next one substantially improved on this, though it was controversial for its own reasons. Still, it provided Keemstar with more experience and networking opportunities.
This is hilarious. He's a billionaire, and this is his event. A green screen with fake lights, as if they're in a studio or a stadium. A billionaire put that together? I don't know. You think you could have done a little better, you know? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. This is completely out of context. You know what I mean? I don't know the whole story. This probably has its own story in itself. Alki David, the billionaire, and his story. And we're not doing that today. Okay. Very weird. What's up, Bring2? How you doing? Welcome.
He didn't make more friends. He did not make the money which he desperately needed, as he was now struggling financially to the point where he and his family were being threatened with an eviction from their apartment. It was so bad that he was in talks with his previous job at the attorney's office to come back. But that's when another opportunity was presented at him at just the right moment. An owner of a YouTube network contacted Keem and offered him a deal similar to the one he made with the developers of Fortresscraft. And that was, you promote our network and we'll give you 50% of the revenue. They would even call it the Keemstar network. On the surface, it sounds like a great deal. But when you get into the terms of how they wanted it promoted, it gets a bit suspicious. This network offered to partner anyone and showcase their videos on their channel so long as they got a $50 deposit as insurance to deter any trolls. Or so they say. But Keemstar, needing the money and riding on the high of his success with Fortresscraft, gladly accepted and began promoting this network and immediately got around 50 people to enlist. But also, just as fast, got an email from GameStation that sent Keemstar into a panic. GameStation, later known as Maker, is the network that partnered his main channel, Halo A-Holes. But that was no longer the case, as they stated that Keem, taking these deposits, broke YouTube's terms of service, and Keem's channel was no longer partnered. To attempt to fix the situation, Keem immediately deleted the video, but by then it was too late. It didn't take long for Keem's channel to be banned, and for his reputation to sink along with it. With little to no way to make amends for a variety of reasons, finally hit Keemstar when he found out that the guy he was in talks with about the Keemstar network actually purchased the hacked multi-channel network through illegal means. If it wasn't before, it was now more than ever apparent that it was a complete scam that Keemstar fell for. To make matters worse, this person was also in charge of the PayPal Keem's viewers were throwing money into. So try as he might, Keem wouldn't be able to refund those who put money into the scam as he did not have the transaction history.
So let me get this straight. This guy threw away his consistent, dependable income to do random trolling shit on the internet when he had a family. He was having a kid. This was his active decision to do. He thought that would be better and more stable. He's getting banned left and right by Microsoft off of Xbox Live. So his trolling content's not working anymore. He's doing streaming. He's getting hatred on his streams for saying insanely stupid shit, like he hates his fans. He just can't get consistent money anywhere. He's advertising an obvious knockoff game, Fortress Craft, that's stupid. He's not getting paid right away for it. Then he's doing Alki David. He's hosting Alki David's events because he needs money and he can't make money elsewhere. Then he's so desperate he goes into a scam. Okay? And literally, like, anyone who tells you, you have to give me money to participate in it, anyone would tell you on that, like, what are you, crazy? That's the equivalent of you getting an email. And the email says, hello, I'm a prince from Nigeria. And just so you know, I have a lot of money that I would like to give you, just because you're special. However, there is a small transaction fee of $250 that you must send to me. And once you send that to me, I will send you $4 million. And people do it. And people, I've actually seen documentaries of people who are so crazy, they do it again and again and again. They're actually addicted to it. It's like gambling. To them, they think one day there will be one that's real. That's crazy. So this guy, so desperate, again, for personal gain, only caring about himself, hurts all these other people without vetting what he's doing, right? Like, wow. Now, I just want to say something very briefly, and then we're going to resume. All right? This is the guy who recently, to me, said, you're still on level 1. All right? This was 2011. All right? In 2011, I was fine. I was operating a full-time YouTube business. I was popular. I was respected. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, things change over time, but this is someone who, at this point, was like nothing. He was destroyed. I mean, yeah, people knew who he was on the internet, but it couldn't translate to success for him in any way, to the point where he's so desperate he can't pay his rent, and, you know, he's fucking doing scams and shit, right? At this point in my life, 2011, I had so much money I was making on YouTube a month, I was blowing it on statues. You know what I mean? I was going to conventions and not even having to really make any content for entire weeks at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty crazy. And then this guy then, so again, obviously something changed. We're going to see what that is. I don't know. I have no idea. Again, I don't know his history. Something changed during his history that he became popular again. He became prominent and you know, has money. But it's crazy to me, right, to think that he can say shit to me like that. Like, oh, you were never successful. You're still on level 1. It's like, yeah, but I always did what I loved. Since day one, I've been making fun videos for an audience that appreciates what I do on the internet. And here I am 14 years later and I'm still doing it. You literally were so reviled. You had to jump from thing to thing to thing, getting banned left and right, getting stopped from doing anything, you know what I mean? Like, what could you, we used to looking at the history of Keemstar. Okay, he was a call center guy. He was an internet troll in Halo, but then he was a live stream troll. But then he pushed a game, a Minecraft knockoff. But then he was the host of the Alki David shit. But you know what I mean? Like, you look at that, and you're like, so what was he really? Nothing. He wasn't a master of anything. He wasn't known. You know what I mean? He was basically known for being kind of an asshole on the internet. That's his claim to fame. I'm an asshole. Right? Is that something to be proud of? Like, I could care less how much money you have. You are an asshole. Now, again, this is only 2011. Let's see what changes. But, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? You look at this, you're like, this is the guy who's bragging on the internet about his success and everything. Dude, all anyone needs to do is watch your history and have a good laugh at what a joke you were, back in the day. You have no, and listen, certainly, I am not more important or prominent or anything than this guy. Everyone knows I'm tiny compared to him. But still, look at the guy who's throwing the stones from the glass house. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the hell could look at this history and be like, oh, you see, he really made it? No, it's the opposite. It's actually the opposite of what he's purporting, that he's successful and big. Look at what you went. Look at this shit that you failed at over and over. You had to scam tons of people with an obvious scam. Not even just like, the moment is, $50 deposit. You have to be an idiot to not know that's a scam. And then you actually not only wrapped yourself into it, but you brought all these others into it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure seems to me kind of like he's not self-aware at all. He has this such inflated opinion of himself now You know, you look back at this like, oh my God, and this is documented. This happened. This is not, oh, he made this up. This is slander. This is documented shit that happened. So, okay.
Because Keem already soured his reputation as a troll.
Oh, hold
made
on.
it hard.
I forgot to shout out YouTube stuff. My bad. Shout out to the Cat Reformed, who said this stream is getting him through work. Sounds good. And Pepsi Man, re-upped his membership for 17 months. Keep it up. Great work, Phil. You're the #1 YouTuber for me. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. Remember, this is my only stream of the day. This React is my only stream of the day. So all this is helping. If we do get $200 in tips, you guys can pick if you want me to do a hat swap. Basically, every 50 bucks, we're doing a swap of the outfit. Not that it's incentive or anything. I'm just saying that's what will happen if we hit those, okay? So I appreciate it. I see some people have been coming and going. Pretty consistent viewership on this stream. Thank you for that. If you're watching again on YouTube, remember all the ways, you know, you can support. There's a tremendous amount of ways that you can support the channel. Liking the video, leaving comments, you know, a super chat, a tip, all that's possible. Or excuse me, super thanks on on-demand video is what I should have said. All right, let us continue. Sorry, a little bit of promotion.
Hard to believe that he wasn't in on the scheme. So now, not only was he still struggling financially, he lost one of his few sources of revenue.
Right.
Beyond that, he lost a channel that he was working on building for over a year now, and all he could do at this point was wait for the Fortress Craft money to come in, sustaining himself through money he recently borrowed from his parents. But shortly after this loss, he gained a lot. The Fortress Craft money had finally come in. So seemingly overnight, Keem went from pinching pennies and nearly getting evicted to becoming a millionaire.
Wow.
This spurred a spree of new purchases like a new house and a new car that he paid for in cash, and began finding ways to invest his money. But even then, with all these new toys and more money that he knew what to do with, there was still a lingering feeling of defeat and the loss that came from it. Not necessarily in the sense of losing, but more so as he was unaware what to do with his life.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like the guy has no direction now. Everything he was doing up to this point was a failure. You can't deny that. Everything he's done is a failure. The one thing he did is he promoted a game that sold 2 million copies and he got some money from it. That was it. That's all you've done. You've promoted a game. So, okay.
So as Keemstar does, he found purpose and began planning a new endeavor. One that required a sort of partner to help him with the workload, and the most important part, the entertainment. He never found him, but he did find Only Use Me Blade, a Call of Duty commentary channel with around 500,000 subscribers at the time, who was quite influential in his own right. Keem had a personal interest in him because while he was from the gaming community like Keem, his commentaries, through Keem's eyes, had thought-provoking topics outside of talking about his day or the gameplay on screen as you'd expect from a typical Call of Duty commentator. This project was a podcast, so thrown into the mix of shaping this podcast was Keem's recent addiction to Painkiller Already, a popular gaming podcast that, while it is gaming-themed, discussed a variety of topics. This gave us a bit of insight into how he envisioned his podcast and, in a sense, the future of his presence online. And after much pestering, Keemstar convinced Blade to co-host a new podcast with him. While Keemstar did all the editing and channel management, their split of the earnings was still 50-50, as that is what it took to get Blade on board. So on June 27, 2012, the Bad Kid Show YouTube channel was established and took a little over a week to get up to nearly 10,000 subscribers, mainly through promotion. As though Keem's previous main channel, Halo A-Holes, was banned for promoting a scam, he still had many other channels to advertise with. And just like PKA, Painkiller Already, the Bad Kid Show was a success. And to go back on PKA's influence on the show and Keemstar, what Keem seemed to be inching to more and more was entertainment based largely around personality, more so than the content, and also a way to create a fluid audience. One that would not just follow Keemstar for his trolling content or his combativeness on Battlecam, but rather to follow him as a person. This is what the Bad Kid Show was. It was not only focused on gaming, but also to get a different, not always aggressive side of Keemstar's personality out there.
That's smart.
And with Blade being a relaxed character, in contrast to Keem's aggression, but similar in his interests, made Blade a great host for the podcast. But Keem still wanted more out of it, and he finally found out what that something more was when he flew out Blade and fellow YouTube and high school friend, Scott Kin Martin, as a cameraman to record the most memorable of Keemstar's songs, Dollar in the Woods, that include popular lines such as,
"Walk in the woods, found a dollar, found a dollar, walked in the woods, Found a dollar, found a dollar, found a dollar in the woods.
While they were all centralized at one.
There's no entertainment there. I can't find any. I don't. Huh? To make a song, you have to have certain components. Okay? There has to be like a musical component that's, pleasing to the ear. There has to be like a message you're portraying in the song. And it could be a really bad message. Like, horrible. You know what I'm saying? He found a dollar in the woods. Dollar, dollar, dollar. That was his big claim to fame at the time. And this is coming from someone who's done Thugs on the Floor, Falcon Punch, The Rain is Very Heavy. These remixes were very prominent for me back in the day as well. They gave me extra exposure, got people to check out my channel. But those were all related to something going on in a game. They were pertinent to things happening in gaming at the time. People liked them because it was prominent playthroughs and they saw it turned into a song. This is like wow. I mean, you want to talk the ultimate fluff for the ultimate dunderheads. Can you imagine a single person clicking play on that, listening to it for more than about 30 seconds, ever clicking play on it again and thinking, that's the guy that I'm going to follow on the internet? Can you imagine the intelligence level of that person? I mean, I actually be a little afraid to have maybe like a fan gathering for Keemstar, because if you did, what actually might happen is the collective consciousness of that many brainless people might actually create a black hole vortex that would suck us all in and we'd all be, irrevocably destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like wormhole level implications for that. Like, holy shit. What the fuck? Dollar in the woods. Right? I could fart better songs than that. And I have. I just didn't record them. But I'm on level 1. This is the content he's putting out. Darkside Phil is on level 1. Holy shit. Level 1 is a great place, man.
On location, Keemstar with season tickets to the Bills game took the opportunity to film a podcast while tailgating. While this episode performed just as well as any other, Blade and Keemstar saw more to it. This episode to them was potential. That's when Blade pitched the idea to continue this in-person format to improve the quality and develop an online reality TV show feeling to it.
Yesterday, when we went to Six Flags and we went around, went on different rides, maybe interviewed some people that want to be interviewed, and just posted up whenever we felt the need to post up and just talk or do whatever. I think that would be amazing if we could do that every episode.
Here's the thing. All right, I've been dumping a lot of money in this project.
Yeah, and Keemstar, honestly, Keemstar's been dumping money into this, everything that's having to do with.
But the reason why I dump money in it is because I believe in it. Here's the thing: we need to somehow make this profitable.
Yeah.
Wait, I shouldn't even say profitable. I just want to cover the cost.
Sustainable.
I'm set for life with the things I'm doing.
With Keem gladly accepting, and during PAX West in Seattle, which was conveniently where Blade was located, they packed up Blade's belongings and drove from Seattle to Keem's home city of Buffalo. There,
hold on. I just want to make this clear again. So the only money he ever actually made was promoting Fortress Craft. He shilled Fortress Craft. And then since he had all this money, he put it into other things that kept giving him a revenue stream for the rest of his life. But literally, the one thing he ever did that made him $1 was advertising Fortress Craft. That's literally it. Like, everything else was a failure in his whole life. And he wasn't able to then do other successful things until he was already rich, which then allowed him to say, hey, I'm rich. Now look at all the eccentric shit I can do on the internet. I can make a whole music video about finding $1 in the woods. I can go to Six Flags, the Buffalo Bills game, this event, document it all because I'm just rolling in dough and I can do it. You see? So did he succeed because he made meaningful content? Or did he succeed because he shilled a product and then everything else came as a result of that and wouldn't have been possible unless he was already rich? You see? By the way, thank you to Flop for a super chat. He says, I found this in the woods. And it was like $1.79 super chat. Thank you, Flop. I appreciate that. Okay. Whew. All right.
Began producing more podcast episodes. But just like many of Keem's previous projects, his past caught up to him and derailed his would-be future plans on YouTube. As for how, that can be explained by a quick look at the Bad Kid Show channel. Well, that be if it was still available, as less than a month after recording the Tailgate podcast episode and committing further to the development of his channel, it was already banned. As per YouTube's rules that you're not allowed to ban evade or circumvent a ban by creating an alternate channel. But Keemstar, already having several other channels banned, did what he's always done, and that was ban evade some more. This time creating the Bad Kid Show podcast channel, not to be confused with the now banned Bad Kid Show. Though this channel still hosted old and new podcast episodes, it branched out a bit in a form of live streams that were truly only brought on through Keemstar's new hobby, #DramaAlert, where he discussed the various dramas happening mostly in the Call of Duty community. Initially, this was mostly done as a joke, but that changed when Keemstar started shoutcasting some concerning tweets that the then famous, but now infamous, content creator Wings of Redemption was putting out. And while doing so, Wings and many others requested to join the call and did so, bringing the drama from Twitter to a livestream format that was left up as a video for the fans of the Bad Kids podcast to view.
Twitter level, yo.
So, you know, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you know that I'm always on top of all the drama that goes on between commentators and all that.
So we saw this in the Wings documentary.
Series on Twitter called Drama Alerts, brought to you by DJ Keemstar. This is where it gets good. He says, "I've got a load of guns, El Pressador, and if I decide to kill myself, I'm taking you with me." You see that?
I'm reading just to make sure. Could that be? Is that really what he said? Like, could that be like
No, that's the exact same one that's the real one. That's the real one because that's when El Pressador tweeted it. It's the same
Google
exact
Plus.
picture.
Wait,
Yeah, Google Plus
you
when
know
it
you
exists.
can't say that. You can't even like think that out loud. You can't even like say that shit by yourself in the bathroom. That's
just insane. Absolutely insane. Wings wants in. Wings is saying that he wants. If you're just tuning in, we have Wings of Redemption. We have Woody here. We have Only Use Me Blade, DJ Keemstar, Scott K. Martin. On the phone on Skype, we have White Boy 7th Street and Duranker. And we're just basically speaking about some big drama that's been going on Twitter tonight. Now, El Pressador is saying to Wings that he's turning you in to the FBI Wings for a threat on his family. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are what Woody's doing is laughing.
However, what Keemstar did not anticipate was the high rates of traffic towards his drama-laden video, which we can estimate by the number of likes past well over 100,000 views within a few days of it being streamed.
Wow.
Wasting no time, Keem and Blade did another similar stream the following day going under the same format of #DramaAlert. These activities were also inspired by the 2012 American TV series Newsroom, where a news anchor breaks his unopinionated mold and inserts his rationality into the stories being shown, which was how Keemstar was formatting his Drama Alert tweets on Twitter. But
all right. Welcome, Jade, and good to hear. You had a good day at the casino. That's nice. So basically, he's failing at everything. Literally everything he's done is failure. The only thing he's ever succeeded at is selling a knockoff of Minecraft. Okay? Everything else is horrible failure. His channels are still... Even this podcast he's trying to do just keeps getting banned, right? Finally, he finally catches fire with drama. Now, is this drama that you know, did he create the content? No. All he's doing is he's propagating drama on the internet. He's creating an avenue to present the drama to a new audience. And in some ways, he's actually creating more drama by doing that. For example, previous to him interjecting himself into this situation. Okay? It was just Wings of Redemption and who was this? El Presador or whoever? Who have been getting into this argument online on Twitter. And Wings saying stuff like, you know, like he said there about killing himself and taking El Presador with him and all kinds of shit. So now he says, well, I'm going to be in that. So he jumps in it, and he has a show that has like 20 people on it. Even though, I mean, let's be honest here, who really should have been in that show? Wings, El Presador, and maybe Keemstar, the moderator. That was it. All right? There's a million people in it. You know what this reminds me of? Like, it really reminds me of high school. And by the way, at this point, he's a dad. He has a family. He's a dad. Okay? Right? This is what he does. This is what he feels is meaningful to him and his family. Is he's going to act like I'm in high school again. Okay? So, we're going to all gather together. We're going to have a big get-together where we're all going to have drama. We're all going to gossip. We're all going to start shit. Maybe there'll be a fight that'll break out, and that'll be cool if someone fights, because we like to see that, right? We're all getting together tonight. We're going to see what happens. You know? Like, this is what it reminds me of. Like, unreal. And this is, again, this is his claim to fame. This is where it started, right? This is where he started becoming prominent as a known guy on the internet for this. Out of everything he's done, and he tried all this shit. Fail, 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 fail. Oh, sell a knockoff of Minecraft. Fail, 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 fail. Okay, finally what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create drama. Right? Because, yes, there was drama existing. But again, by doing what he did, by hosting it, by having these people and basically egging them on to go against each other, he's creating further drama for self-gain. Do you see? Okay.
Now, with his discovery of this new successful format, he decided it was time to dedicate a channel to it. And luckily, he still had a few to spare, so he settled on Keemstar, a channel created back in 2009 to host the very first sub-5-minute Drama Alert episode.
Oh my god.
But this channel was shared with his typical giveaways to boost channel growth and video game related content. It wasn't until about 2 months later that he fully dedicated this channel to this new content style and even changed the name to #DramaAlertNation. With this, he unofficially dedicated himself to daily uploads that got on average 15,000 views. That's not bad, considering he was still restricting himself to covering drama exclusively in the gaming community. Also, while these uploads were short and fast, they competed with his podcast. And while this channel's attention was fully directed towards Drama Alert videos, the history of it muddied the waters and didn't completely set a straight tone for what content one would expect from this channel.
Thank you to TechX Retro for a super chat. He says, I love your stream. Thank you, TechX Retro. I don't know why the pop-up didn't happen. It's likely because there's been a lot of delay with the YouTube side contributions recently. I don't control that, obviously. But thank you, TechX Retro. Hopefully you'll get an animation at some point. Oh, there it is. Did it just show up? There you go. Sorry it took so long. I'm loving your stream. Yes, I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are having a good time. I'm not even kidding you. We're almost 2 hours in. We're only a quarter of the way through.
Sure, it was recently changed to these new Drama Alert gaming videos, but previously it had many opinionated videos covering a variety of topics, and without a strong, prominent content style, it can be difficult to accumulate viewers on any given channel.
What the fuck was he doing? He literally went to his local shopping center where there's no one there. It's empty. He jumps on a fucking motor scooter thing, and he's driving around talking on a bullhorn. He records it, and he puts it on the internet. This is the equivalent of Review Tech USA going to his local mall's food court and screaming at the top of his lungs about the quartering being a pussy. No one cares. Anyone who hears it is embarrassed. Like, who is this idiot? And he made a video about it, and people liked it. Okay. You know, I'm playing games. I'm doing game reviews. I'm having fun interactions with people on the internet, meaningful stuff. This guy's riding around on a moped with a bullhorn. Okay.
Which, beyond getting his channels repeatedly banned, is the reason he had so many of them. They were for experimentation. A sort of Darwinism approach to content creation that the most successful creators follow, where the viewers guide their content style. And for that reason, on December 19, 2012, the Drama Alert Nation YouTube channel was established to host nothing but drama alerts from the get-go.
Thank you to the cat for super chat. He wants to use Blade's leg as a water sprinkler. Amazing.
What's up, Drama Alert Nation? I'm your host, DJ Keemstar. Let's get right into the news.
Oh my
Today's story is about Green Goblin.
Immediately, this channel's videos started outperforming any other content style that Keem has ever produced. With his daily Drama Alert videos averaging 30,000 views, in 2 weeks' time, he was already at 500,000 total views on his channel with a total of 24,000 subscribers. He also expanded this operation to a dedicated Twitter and Reddit. And with the start of 2013, with a new year, Keemstar made a new channel for both Drama Alert and the Bad Kids podcast, but not by choice, as he'd find out that someone was mass reporting his channels and again got them banned. From Drama Alert to his personal channels that were primarily used to archive videos of his family, all because of his ban of Halo a-holes that promoted a scam over a year ago. But this new Drama Alert channel grew even faster. It allegedly got 10,000 subscribers in 2 days' time, but it was immediately banned. Unlike before, where Keemstar's channels at least took a few months to get banned, they were now getting struck immediately. So he couldn't rely on his previous ban evasion tactics of creating new channels, as to do so would mean he would have to create several new channels a month just to operate on YouTube.
So what changed? Because obviously he's a staple of YouTube. How the fuck did he stop getting banned? If YouTube literally said, this is ban evasion, we don't want you here anymore, why did they stop? This is fascinating. I want to know what happened. What changed?
If Keem really wanted to reach his sought potential, he knew this was an issue that had to be solved in an official capacity. So Keemstar built another team of people to try to get Halo a-holes unbanned, and after several months of trying and 4 Drama Alert channels hitting 100,000 subscribers and getting banned, his team was finally able to make some progress with YouTube and have Halo a-holes unbanned, as they were able to convince YouTube of Keemstar's ignorance of the scam. So during April of 2013, with this nostalgic freedom being reobtained, Keemstar revitalized many of his former projects through his new channels, like the Bad Kid Cast channel for his podcast, the Drama Alert channel for his news stories, and even got back into trolling with the creation of the channel Killer Keemstar.
So basically, the whole issue was that originally his channel had been banned for being part of that scam. YouTube was not convinced he didn't know about it, so they banned him, saying, nah, scams are completely a violation of terms of service. You're out of here. He would keep making channels. They would keep banning the new channels when they found out about him. And then finally, somehow behind the scenes, he talked with YouTube and convinced YouTube that he did not know about the scam. Years later? That's weird. That is very weird. And I'd love to hear, like, who did he talk to at YouTube? Because at this point, remember, he was with Machinima, then gone. He was with Maker Studios, then gone. Who is he with at this point? Right? I'm just curious. Who is he with that maybe finally did the thing that got him unbanned, you know? And the other thing, and Plum Girl just made a great comment. She says, unsurprisingly, YouTube didn't actually care that he was a harmful person, toxic, offensive. They just cared that he did a scam against people, and that was a violation of terms of service. Yeah. I'm telling you, back then, YouTube didn't give a shit. They really didn't. You wouldn't get banned for anything unless it was outright, like, breaking the law. You know what I mean? So they just didn't give a shit at all. You know, things changed over the years for sure. But definitely back then it was just whatever. Everything flies. So, let's see here. I got a tip. The Snorlax King. To me, $5 says, Wings was the true inspiration and reason Drama Alert started. Even back then, he attracted a large amount of drama and views. You think Wings being such an easy target made starting Drama Alert easier? Would Keem have just found someone else to milk drama from? I feel like Wings tended to be so egotistical. He probably believes Keem wouldn't be successful without his drama kickstarting career. I don't know. Because the thing is, obviously, it's kind of like right place, right time. He had already been involved in the Call of Duty community for so long. And then seeing that drama happen, he kind of jumped on it. As opposed to, would he have found something else that would have actually been as pertinent to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, maybe he could have covered other drama. But the fact that that was in the Call of Duty community, that was his wheelhouse. He was known in that community. And he jumped on it as fast as he did. You know what I mean? Maybe that was... It is a case of kind of right place, right time, I feel. So for me, same thing. Right place, right time. When I started, I was certainly not the first person to do impromptu, improv style, kind of reaction style commentary. But I was a person who dedicated himself to doing it for a variety of games, and was definitely more prolific than most of my contemporaries, and went viral because of it. That was right place, right time. If I had waited a year, might not have ever caught on. Or other people might have already been doing what I was doing and got more prominent. I never would have caught on. I always said that I feel that it was right place, right time kind of a deal, and I got lucky with when I started. And today, in 2022, am I really pertinent? Not in any way like I used to be. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I have a fan base that loves what I do and still sticks with me no matter what over the years, right? But admittedly, no, I'm not as pertinent as I used to be in any way, shape, or form, but I'm able to keep doing it. Why? Because I struck when the iron was hot, when it was the right time, right place, you know what I mean? I'm lucky. So many people ask me for advice, how can I become successful on YouTube? I can't answer that because it changes. And right now, YouTube is so irrevocably different today than it was 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Doing what I did would not get you noticed today. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, thank you for the tip. Snorlax King, I appreciate that. Ugly Sonics is great viewership today. Always the reacts do pretty good. I mean, we're not sky high views, but we're pretty good. I'm happy with what we got. Thank you all for your support. Again, this is the only stream I'm doing today. We're almost halfway through it, not even, and we're 2 hours in. This is going to be a giant react, okay? I knew it would be, all right? Thank you for all your support. Any other future support would be appreciated. Incidentally, we get $200 in tips. You'll have a hat swap. You get to vote on a different hat for me to wear. And I would appreciate that. Thank you. Let's continue. Okay.
Beyond his personal channels, Keem also focused on various other projects that he knew could bring him a large sum of money, like his establishment of an esports team and his promotion of Amputee from the developers of Fortresscraft. Amputee is a game where you make tea. Though it sounds simple, the challenge is similar to flash games such as QWOP, where all you need to do is run. The true objective in these games is to master the complicated controls to perform a simple task, and seeing larger content creators fail over and over at something that looks comically simple makes for an entertaining video and therefore creates more promotion. Enough so that large content creators like PewDiePie played it and introduced it to millions, therefore helping line Keemstar's pockets. But what seemed to be a war long won by Keemstar made very clear it wasn't during March of 2014, as there was another wave of bans.
Alright, so basically from 2012 to 2014, he's seeing all kinds of success again, right? He started up Drama Alert, he's promoting more games. Viral YouTubers like PewDiePie are playing his games, and he's making bank on this again, right? Okay, now we're going into 2014.
Though his channel, Halo A-Holes, was restored, the many other channels that were banned by proxy of it being originally banned were not. So an unidentified party reported Keemstar's other banned channels, and through a paradoxical twist of events, Keemstar's channels were banned.
Wow.
So to explain it in a poor and complex manner, Keemstar's new channels were banned because his other channels that got banned through his association of Halo A-Holes were still banned. But Halo A-Holes was unbanned, so now it was the reverse, headed by the consistently inconsistent mess that makes up YouTube headquarters. But it's no secret that Keemstar still exists on the platform today.
Okay, hold on. You guys over the years never believed me about how YouTube was. He showed 3 seconds of footage. That's YouTube. I've seen it. I've seen the inside. I've seen photos. That's YouTube. They walk around. They go down slides. They have a class where they do like morning Pilates. They have a nap time. I'm not kidding. They eat like high-end engineered fruit. This is YouTube. That's all of Google, actually, but YouTube in particular. All right? That's how they operate over there. I don't know if they've changed over the years, but that's well documented. That's the company. Does it shock you to know that their systems are all broken? You know, they make no sense. Every time they try to update something, the whole site breaks, and then they got to fix it. You know what I mean? Like, when you see that and you look at it, you're like, that just definitely looks like a professional place, doesn't it? And I'm not saying that they're not smart. I'm just saying that that definitely is not the environment where things are going to be at the highest end of professionalism, and you set yourself up for failure when you run a company like that. But they have so much money, it's like they fail up. They've been failing up for so many years. Oh, we fucked up the whole site. Oh well, get more money, get more prominent. It's like, what the hell? I've always said this over the years. There was always opportunity for someone to compete and or surpass YouTube in the video sharing landscape, but no one ever did. I don't know why. Because definitely, if there was another company that just stepped up and had the investment money to do what they did, but do it better, they would have definitely beaten them by now. They just never bothered. But it's funny. This of the whole documentary so far, yeah, I'm not shocked to hear that YouTube's system is so broken. That the original channel that got banned, that resulted in a bunch of other channels getting banned, was unbanned, but the others weren't. And then you got your current channel banned because the middle channels weren't unbanned too. That's just, as stupid as that sounds, I totally understand that too. That's how YouTube operates.
And his next channel would be the final and current one that you can find on YouTube right now. And that's Due to Freedom, the YouTube network that Keem partnered with. In collaboration, they were able to find a simple loophole in his ban, and that was while Keemstar is banned from owning a channel and practically managing it in any way, he was not banned from appearing in a video. So for that reason, he made a friend make the final Drama Alert channel on June 6, 2014, which was almost immediately banned. That's when his network stepped in and wrote YouTube a lengthy email and had his channel returned to him in about 2 days' time. The reason that the time is significant is because when he wasn't partnered, it took months to over a year to get anywhere with YouTube. The new Drama Alert, which is literally what the channel is called as seen by the URL, practically took off where the previous banned Drama Alert channel left off, with Keem now getting on average 100,000 views per video. Still focused on drama mostly centered around the gaming community, was having massive success with his seemingly largest problem solved. And yes, it is true that Keemstar found his optimal form of content, but with any content style, there is always room for small optimizations that can improve the content largely. And this difference can be seen between 2014 and 2015 Drama Alert. To paint a picture of 2014 Drama Alert, Keemstar was building a small team to help run the show, which mostly helped gather information and research potential stories. This help came in the form of fans asking if they could be part of the team, and because it was such a common occurrence, Keem opted accepted their help as a test to view how well they performed. Most of the people he brought on, by Keemstar standards, did a very poor job, but there were a few diamonds in the rough that did such a phenomenal job that Keem brought them on as paid employees.
Okay, this is a good part to pause and break because I'm splitting this up in about hour-long increments. So now we're heading full on into 2014 into 2015, the building, history, and success of Drama Alert on YouTube. Keep in mind, literally, everything this man did before this was a failure, except that he sold a knockoff of Minecraft, and then he sold a game with a disembodied arm knocking things over. That's it. Everything else he failed at, he was banned, he was kicked out of, he was derided by, you know what I mean? So, literally, this guy, his history begins, his meaningful history, as being a success at anything, and not just a lucky motherfucker, okay? Starts in 2014, I would say, when he actually starts up with this show, okay? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not surprised. As I've told you guys over the years, as the landscape of YouTube changed to be worse and worse of a place where it wasn't about talent, instead it was about money, production value, and drama, things changed dramatically. It was around this time, I would argue, 2014, 2015. It didn't matter how talented you were. It was insanely hard to start making a living or get noticed on YouTube. Instead, it was, who has the money? Who has the right partnership? Who knows who? Who has, using all the thumbnails, using all the clickbait, who's covering the drama so you can get caught by that algorithm and then get promoted on YouTube. Okay. All right. Good place to stop. Thanks for watching so far.